Hi there, this is Keith, the IT teaching guy. Like I always say, the best place to go and check out to learn your A plus would go to freeaplus.com. There's great videos there. This is more for me and my school study, and as I learn, the best way to learn is to teach others, or just to explain to others what's going on or what I'm doing for my A plus 220 801 test. And so I just went over clients and servers the other day, and they talked about what a thick client is. And a thick client is a standalone PC that connects to a server to download or upload data for storage. Um, let's see here. The thick client is just your regular PC. It can do everything by itself. You don't even have to connect it to a server. It's just everything you need to run on your PC. But if you have a thin client, and you can see in this picture here, you got the thick client, your regular PC tower, and then you got the thin client, this little tiny thing. It just got audio ports and USB, and everything, all the RAM, all the processing power, everything is on the server, and the server just travels that information over to the thin client, and you hook it up to your monitor and keyboard. That's it. So a thin client uses a server to process the tasks. A thick client may be used more than a thin client in companies, but thin clients are getting more popular now because of virtual networks and other things like that. Now newer technology, let's say, uses ultra thin client or zero client. That's what I was trying to explain with your operating system and everything is on the server. So you can have a thin client where it might have the operating system on the little tiny client, but now they're going more to ultra thin and zero client to where everything is on the server, so everything is by an internet connection. So if your internet connection is down, then you don't have anything to work from. So but if you have a thin client and you have the operating system on your client right there, you might be able just to work offline and then upload everything while you go online. So going on from there, home servers, I talked about that a little bit. Home server can be just an old computer. Home servers don't necessarily need a lot of memory or RAM or hard drive space. Just depends how much stuff you really need to use for that server, or what your purpose is for using it. But they talk about different benefits of using a home server. Let's see. Home server provides backup, right, for file storage, sharing to other computers, media streaming, web and print services, user authentication, and web caching, and older, it's like it says that older computer can be used for this server. Otherwise, you can get a regular server if you'd like. It's up to you. Home server hardware and configurations. They said RAM, network interface, and hard drive are your main configurations there for hardware. Services, let's see. I went over some. Central storage, media streaming, remote access, web serving, web proxies. So web serving, you host a website from your server. You can host a website just from your server alone instead of some other company's server somewhere else. And you can do remote access and hooking up a server to where wherever you are connected to internet, you can connect your server at home. So that's kind of nice. They went over 3 operating systems that are commonly used for home servers. Is Windows, or excuse me. Well, you have Windows Home Server. I can go through that first. and the minimum requirements for that is 1 gigahertz, Pentium 3 or better, 512 megabyte RAM, and 65 gigabyte hard drive. Next is the Mac OS X Lion, and the minimum requirements for the OS X Lion is a 2-core Duo, 2 gigabyte RAM, and 10 gigabytes of hard disk space. And then you come to the Linux home server, having just 300 megahertz, very little power, 128 mega RAM, and enough space for your data. But the recommendations is 2 gigabytes of RAM, 2 gigahertz processor, and whatever you need for your hard drive space. So that was all for clients and servers, and so keep studying for your A+, and you'll get there. Alright.